Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the AI Shift. This is the session where we cut through the noise and focus on what actually works for small business owners using AI. And this week we're going to talk about agents, not chatbots, not automations, but the next real shift in how AI works for you and your business. My name is Craig Pateman, and it's very good to be with you today to present to you this session of the AI Shift, where we'll look a little bit beyond chatbots and work into AI agents and how they are the next step for every small business. And like every week, we bust a myth, and this week's myth that we're busting is AI agents are only for big companies. I'm too small to need one. Well, that's not true. And the truth is, agents aren't for big companies, they're for busy ones. And I know small business are busy, very busy, because what agents really do is free you from managing every detail so you can focus on making better decisions. AI agents are your new team members that never sleep. Now let's have a look at what AI agents are not just for big companies, complex systems and expensive tech. They don't replace people, they remove repetition. AI agents are just automated assistants with memory and logic. Now think of it this way. A chatbot answers one question. A workflow automates one task. But an AI agent will manage the process for you. It's the difference between using ChatGPT to write an email and having an agent that reads your inbox, drafts responses, and alerts you when a message needs your input. That's not enterprise, that's everyday business life. That's freeing you up so that you're not dragged down by repetitive, mundane tasks that you can have your AI agent do for you. And imagine the time that that will save for you. So what we're going to see now is businesses and people who use AI move from prompts to processes. And agents will learn your way of working and then scale it for you. So for the last 2 years, 3 years, whatever you've been using either ChatGPT or Gemini, your AI tool of choice, we've all been focused on prompts. How to ask better questions, how to structure better requests. But prompts are short term. They're one-off, that having you sit down and go through that process. But the next phase is turning that into an automatic process. It's the processes. Agents move from ask and wait to think and act. You actually educate them on how you think, how you work, and how you act. You don't need to be technical to do this. You just need to define how you work. So what triggers the process? What does the data, what is the data they need? What decisions should it make? And when should it alert you? So we're thinking about what actually happens when you do a task, when you do an activity, and then you just work about what's your thinking process. And then we build that into your AI tool of choice. You're not building code, you're building clarity. And once you've taught it once it's gone through the process of how you think, work, and act, it can repeat that workflow 100 times faster than a person. It can repeat that when you're not even there. It can repeat that on weeknights, weekends, any time of the day when something comes in, a particular task, a particular activity, they can action it and move straight away. Now let's look at how this works in a real world example. What would happen in your daily workflow, your daily work when you're at business. So this is our mock workflow. You've got it. What you're going to do is that you have a Gmail, you send something to ChatGPT, which answers the request or the email. it sends something to your CRM, and then you get a Slack notification. So this is your assistant doing this automatically. This is your AI tool doing this automatically. Now imagine we'll do this as an example, and this is what you can do today, this afternoon, after we finish with the AI shift, our session today. Now imagine you run a service business, a builder, a designer, a consultant, and every day you get 10 to 20 new inquiries. Normally someone checks the inbox. It might be you have a contact form and it goes to a dummy email you might have an admin email, you might have info at something. So all these inquiries come into there. Normally someone needs to check the inbox. In fact, it might be an inbox you have for quotes. Someone might get a quote, and it goes through there, and then you can respond. And the reason why I say that is because that happened to me this week. I needed a quote on something, and I rang the business that I needed a quote for. This is a real life example. I rang the business, I needed a quote for something. They said the person that answered the phone couldn't give me the quote, wasn't in their duties, so to speak. Sorry about that. So they said, send us an email to this address and we'll get back to you. It's now 2 days and I'm still waiting for the quote. I needed to send something to someone, and still 2 days later, this business hasn't even responded to my email for a quote. If that is you, you need to do this. So this could be you. Normally someone checks that box that you send the quotes through, sends the inquiries to, copies names into a spreadsheet, replies to warm leads, and follows up the next week, 24 hours later, 2 days later. An AI agent can scan that for you every hour, every day at 3 o'clock, every day at 5 o'clock, can scan that particular Gmail address, identify which emails are from new leads or people wanting quotes, summarize each message and write a draft reply, log that lead into your CRM, notify you in Slack, or send you a message or email you with a simple summary, such as 3 new leads, 2 likely high intent, 1 needs pricing confirmation. That could be sent to you once a day, 3 times a day. That's it. One agent. It doesn't need to replace anyone. It just gives your team a head start every day, every morning, every afternoon, every week. You're not going to be missing out on business. You're going to start winning business that you never had before. So agents aren't magic. They don't replace your judgment or your trust. They still need your rules. They still need your guardrails. They still need your oversight, especially around what the email says, if you let it reply, the timing and the data it can access. The point isn't to hand over control. It's to reduce the noise that's in your email inbox so that you can be answering the emails that are important to you and your business. And you can focus on the decisions that matter the most to you and your business. Agents will amplify the clarity. They'll allow you and your employees to focus on looking after your customers. And the earlier you start trialing and experimenting with agents, the faster you'll see where they fit in your business naturally. So here's your takeaway. Document one task, define the decision logic, and let AI learn your system. You start building an agent by teaching your AI tool to become an agent. So you write down one repetitive task. Note what you check, what you decide, and what a good outcome looks like. That becomes the logic before you feed it into your AI tool. Think it as it's a new employee. You're giving authority levels to what they can and cannot do and how they make those decisions. And before you know it, you're going to set up an AI agent that works without you 24/7. Because this isn't being about more technical. It's being about acting with intent. The future isn't more staff or tools. It's smarter systems that work while you sleep. And the good thing is, every time it completes this task, it will learn. You will learn and it will learn. And you will refine. And then it will learn. You'll tell it if it was a good response or a bad response. It will learn. Your AI tool will learn. It will learn faster, quicker, better than you and I could ever do. It will then improve upon that. It will see what the results are. It will look for improvements and will work to improve. Every time it does an action, it's looking to learn and improve. And that's what you need to do. So that's us this week. I really like to thank you for being with us. If you like that and you want to learn a little bit more about agents, there's a number of ways. We have our monthly subscription called the Pulse, $7 a month subscription, where we send you details about using AI for your workflows, for your decision making, for your marketing, and to improve your business. We run 2 workshops. One is on implementing AI into your marketing. That's a 4-hour workshop. And one on is actually building custom GPTs and agents. And that's a one-on-one workshop. Or the third way is we actually come into your business and implement our AI focus engine, which builds you a AI growth operating system in your business so that all this happens for you automatically. Please leave us some feedback. Leave us some details below about what was good, what was bad, so we can learn and improve. Maybe even suggest some topics you'd like us to talk about in future weeks. And just to give us an idea of how we are going. That's how we will learn. We'll feed that to our tools and AI and to get impressions about what people thought about our presentation so that we improve. Remember, AI agents are not replacing you and your staff and your business. It's replacing the waste or getting rid of the noise or giving you more clarity on what's important to you and your business. So thank you for joining us this week. We look forward to catching up with you again next week. Look out for us on Friday when we present the fix. And the fix is where we answer 5 common questions that we've been asked during the week. This week we'll be talking about agents because it's the topic of our session today. And we'll answer 5 common questions that have come through after the session or during the week about implementing and using AI agents in your business. But thank you again for your attendance today. I look forward to catching up with you next week. Until then, bye for now.